Back. As we celebrate Black History Month, it's also important to acknowledge the price some paid during darker times in our nation's history. Now, we want to warn you, this story contains graphic images that may not be suitable for children and some audiences.
Last spring, the National Memorial for Peace and Justice opened in Montgomery, Alabama, chronicling lynches in America. As Avery Braxton found out, one Georgia man played a pivotal role in memorializing victims and tracing their history to Central Georgia.
What was a project became an obsession. Let me pull out.
E.M. Beck is a retired UGA sociology professor living in Athens. For the last 30 years, he and a partner have made the study of lynching their life's work.
Every day I do research. Even when I'm on vacation, if I've got internet connection, I'll spend an hour researching.
He's constantly digging to fill a void in a dark part of American history. According to Beck's research, about 5,000 people were lynched between 1865 and 1980. The vast majority were African Americans.
And what we got into it, realized that most of the sources of lynchings had a lot of inaccuracies. So we spent a lot of time putting together something that we thought was more accurate.
They thought the project would last 6 months. It stretched on for more than 2 years and ended with this book, A Festival of Violence. The work proved more valuable than a resource on a library shelf. It became casework for the National Memorial for Peace and Justice.
I got their list, and then I started checking against my list and what we had. And I was able to find lynchings that they did not have.
Beck contributed more than 300 names to the memorial's list of lynching victims, people whose murders may never have been acknowledged here without his research. He says bringing the truth to light takes power from the message lynchings tried to send.
So it's a wider message of one's sort of power to affect a murder and pay no price. When you desecrate the body, then what you're doing is you're saying not only did this person do something that you wanted to kill them for, but you want to erase their memory. You want them not to exist.
One of them happened here, near Beck's Oconee County home.
The mob stopped them and beat up the two men, drug the women out, drug all 4 of them over there, and riddled them with bullets. And it became known as the Moores Ford lynching.
That's just one spot. Now with the memorial Beck helped to place, names of the people who died and an account of their death. There are hundreds more. According to Beck's database of lynching victims, 675 lynching victims died in Georgia, 118 of them in the central Georgia area. The greatest number of those happened in the southern counties. In Dodge County, 14 black victims were lynched, including 7 related to incidents with white women. 10 were lynched in Pulaski County, and in Dooley County, there were 12 lynching victims. And in most of those cases, like Beck's Moores Ford, you'll find no justice.
There was never any indictments. There never will be any indictments.
And thousands of stories are still left untold. Lives lost to history. Avery Braxton, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, there is a plaque in Macon honoring 16 victims of lynchings. It's outside the Douglas Theater.